Hi guys, I just wanted to quickly go over these backpacks I'm making. I'm not gonna post these for a while until the people I'm sending them to get them, but it's not gonna be a full-on tutorial, but I wanted to go over the measurements. I'll put the measurements down below. So I have some left open here. Let me go ahead and get all the pieces here. So this is what I'm making. It's this little backpack, and I'm just making it Christmas to send Christmas embellishments in and goodies. Once I get my magnets later today, I'm gonna put a magnet on the back of this, and then I'll glue it in. I'll glue it in place, and then it'll magnetize, holding the bag like this. And it's gonna be like a little backpack. And then, and also I might put a lid on this too, just like this, just stick it in there and then magnetize it. And then the side pockets I'll leave open. So the measurements for these are the fronts and backs are 5 1/4 by 6 3/4. That's the front and the back. The sides here are 3 by 6 3/4. The bottom is 6 1/4 by 3. The little top bag loop up here is 1/2 inch by 4. It doesn't have to be 4, as you can see, like, because this part goes down here, like so. You could probably cut a little bit off if you wanted to, but that's just what I did, so I had plenty to play with. The straps on the back, little backpack straps, and these are like open here. And actually you can make them like come out more, like stick out more like an actual backpack. The only reason I made them a little flatter is for shipping purposes. But the bag straps are 1/2 inch by 9. The side pockets, do I have one? Yeah, here. The side pockets on the side here are 2 1/2 by 3. And these are all inches. The lid that I have, that I'm going to have on here, is 5 by 4 1/4. So that's the lid for the top of the bag. And then the front pocket here is 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. And all of these pieces, except for the front and the back, you don't score the front and the back, but the rest of them, you're gonna score at 1/2 inch. Where you're going to be attaching it. So like the sides here, I scored it at 1/2 inch here because it was the flat piece on each side, this side and this side, to attach it to the bag. And then the bottom, I did 1/2 inch on each side and then folded up and glued it like a box. And then the front pocket, I did on 3 sides. I scored 1/2 inch on both the sides and the bottom. And then on the side pockets, same thing, 1/2 inch, both sides and the bottom. So there's that. So this is the one that's put together other than the lid, because I don't want to glue it in until I put the magnets, because I want to take this out and put the magnet on and then attach it. And of course you can pick whatever pattern you want. I just printed these out. I bought them off of Etsy. I can't remember where. I'll put it down below. But I just printed one pattern on one side of the cardstock and one pattern on the other. That way it was double-sided. And this is the inside of the box. Or bag, I should say. So I have this one right here that I haven't fully put together yet either. Got the side pockets, and I went ahead and put the front pocket on. So the way I do it is I have this one. I put the loop on and then the straps, and then I put the sides on the back. I attach them to the back of the bag like this. And then I take the bottom and I attach that next, which I'll show you real quick. Let me move all this stuff back out the way. And I do the side pockets last. Okay, those are the fronts. All right, so I just take the bottom of the box here and I attach it to the back first. This is the easiest way. You can do it, you can put it together however you want to, whichever's easiest for you. This is just the easiest way I found to not give it, like, with less mistakes, let's put it that way. Where it was easier to line it all up. So I just put my hot glue down, a strip, and then I line it up. And then I push from the inside to make sure it's good and attached. Like that, oh, like that. Okay. So now the bottom's attached. And if you ever have any hot glue come like out the sides, out the top or whatever, it's really easy. I just take my thumbnail and I just like basically cut it from, like, I don't have any right now, but I did basically cut it from where the line meets the top here. And then I just kind of get it under my nail and pick it up, and it doesn't like pick up any of the paper or mess anything up. So if you ever have any overflow, it's just a thought. Okay, then I do one side at a time. I'll do a line on the side here, just the side, not the top part. Like this, line it up, press it from the inside and make sure it's all lined up. You don't want it hanging over. You want it to be able to stand upright. Okay. And then I do this little flap here. I just put a little dot of glue there. And then press that down and line it up. Pressing from both sides. And I did have a little flow over, but it came out on my finger, which is fine. Okay. And see, I have like a little tiny, I don't know if you can see that, a little tiny dot of glue that overflowed. So I'll just take my nail, go like that, and put it under my nail. It's a little harder to do it up in the air like this, but there's that. Okay, now I'll do the same thing to this side. Line, attach the side, and then I'll attach the flap. Make sure it's all lined up there. I'll do the flap. Okay. And then you basically have your little frame there. So then you would attach your, well, see, what I like to do is do the pocket, the front pocket on here before I attach it. I find it easier to press, because you have to like press down, and it's harder to do that if it's attached to the actual, because then you got to press on the whole bag. So the first thing I do is I attach the bottom flap to the side flaps here, just to make it easier to line everything up. Just press. I'm not too worried about overflow because this is all going to be glued down anyways. So there, same thing here. Okay. That. Okay. Kind of find out where I want to line it up at, right at the top and edges of these snowflakes. Then what I do is I go ahead and put the glue around all sides. You really can't do one side at a time because you can't lift it like that after it's down and glued. There. And of course you can, if you're not really good with eyeballing things, I just eyeballed all these. But if you don't trust it or you're not comfortable doing that, you can always measure each side, you know, this size of this, each side, and then put like little pencil marks where on the edges of where you want to set your, that way when you glue it down, you can just line it up with your lines. That's another way to do it, but there's that. And now I can attach that to the bag. So the first thing I'm going to do is do the bottom. Make sure I line it up really nicely before I press down. And I will say that the front little thing here is probably the trickiest one. And then I'm gonna reach in and kind of press against. That way it's not, you don't want anything catching from the inside of the bag when you put stuff in it. So, there. So that's attached. Now I will go and do each side. So just slightly lift up. You don't want to pull it up. Just put a little hot glue in there. There. And then just do one side at a time, lining them up. And it's okay if there's overflow. Like I said, you can get that with your finger. Or a scraper or whatever. Whatever it is you use with your crafts. I am gonna lift up on it though, so it doesn't drip. Okay. Looks like it only came out on one of the little areas anyways. There's that. Now I'll go ahead and get this little glue dot here. My fingernail. I felt a string. Okay. Make sure I got that. All right. Now I'll do this side. And what I do is I just get like a little bit of glue down in the little crack where I can't reach. And then go up. And that's usually where the glue comes from. When you're lining it up. If it spills over, it's usually from where you have to like get it in there, you know? Uh-oh. Didn't want to line up right. Okay. Inside. Got a lot of hot glue floating around on this one. And like I said, the hardest part, well for me anyways, is the top layer. Another way you could do it is to lay it down this way and do the sides. Like just lift the bag up and put the glue on the actual like front flap and then press down like you did on the bottom. So pinch it because it did on the bottom, it did mess up a little bit. It's not anything significant that's gonna mess up the bag, but there is that. Now what you do is the side pockets. And the reason I wait till the end is because it literally goes almost to both sides, to the ends. So it's just easier to wait till the end to do it. So I'll do the same thing I did before, and I'll attach the bottom of the flap here to the sides on the pocket here. Do that. Do that with both pockets. Oh. And of course, I mean, it does take a lot of work, but you could adjust the size on this. I will say if you want to make it bigger, or smaller, whatever. If you want to change the size of it, keep the, whatever you want your dimension to be, add an inch. That way you have 1/2 inch on each side to score and fold in. You want to keep that 1/2 inch because if you do any less than that, it's going to be really hard to like glue it to something. You want that 1/2 inch on each side to glue. So change the rest of the dimensions, but don't change that 1/2 inch on each side. If that makes sense, I hope it does. Alrighty, so now I'm just gonna do the same thing I did on the front. Get these, and then I'll put it where I want it, down here. Just make sure it's about even on the sides. Press down, and then I'll go from inside and then kind of press like this. Okay. There's that. Do the same thing on this side. And these are great for group swaps and sending Happy Mail in, things like that. You could even make these to do like some goodie bags for the kids for Christmas or something. Like a Christmas Eve gift. Or just a regular Christmas gift and put it under the tree just like this. And you can even like poke a little hole right here and add a little tag on the side with the "to from" tag on it. That would be cute. Okay, so now this is the front flap here. So I just want to kind of fold it over a little bit. I want to make sure I got the right amount here because it's going to fold it in. And I'm not going to like fold it, but I'm just kind of creasing it so I know where I want it. There, and then I'll line it up so that it's straight. Kind of creasing it there. And then this bag is done for now. And then, like I said, the only thing I'm gonna do is add a magnet to this, glue this to the back of the bag here. And then I'll have a magnet on this too, on the inside. And then what I'll do is cover it with something. So it's just not like a magnet just sitting there. I'll cover it with like paper or something. And then the magnet on here will attach to that and close the bag. That way it'll be a functional backpack goodie bag or gift bag. So that's those. Oh, and I'll also add a flap to that front pocket. Add a lid to that and magnetize that as well. And other than that, that is done. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you got some inspiration. You don't have to do it exactly like this. Like I said, you can alter it. Again, this right here is the dimensions. I will put it down in the description along with the Etsy shop that I got these papers from. You just buy the papers, download them, and then you can print them. And what I did is I just printed on one side, flipped it over, and then put it back in my printer and printed on the other side. All right. Bye, guys.